So Mischief and Griffin Gaming are two people who I did not expect to ever see in any sort of drama, especially not with each other. They seem like the type to sort of stay out of that and never really get into it with people. So to see something like this is pretty surprising. Basically what went down is Nvidia is making a new line of GPUs. The 40s, the 4090 is the strongest one that's going to be coming out, and Griffin Gaming said that he was going to get it, and there was this whole controversy about what he also said in the stream. Mischief put out a video about it, and then Griffith put out his own video responding. And so we're going to take a look at both videos, mostly the Mischief video, but there are some clips from the Griffin Gaming one that I do want to take a look at. So without further ado, let's get into it.
It's just amazing how when Griffin calls out his friend's bad takes, it's perfectly reasonable and not clout chasing at all. But as soon as any of the people he's friendly with decide to criticize a bad take of his, he implodes on stream, calling them clout chasers and backstabbers.
So he doesn't give any examples of this, so I don't really know exactly what he's talking about. I'm not a big Griffin Gaming stream watcher, so if you come into this drama cold, you're not going to have any of the information necessary to understand what's going on here. Also, he is coming on a bit strong here. This is in the first few minutes of the video, and it's going to be interesting what he says throughout and what Griffith has to say throughout this video. So let's keep going.
Griffin here has resulted in him crying on his community tab around 20 minutes after I announced the video was going to come out eventually. For a channel who's as irrelevant as me in comparison to your godlike channel that's totally not had standing growth for over a year and totally hasn't lost over 1,000 subscribers due to the way you've reacted to this scenario, it is truly an honor to know you're subscribed and have bell notifications turned on, like you all should. I don't know how to break the news to you, Griffin, but if I were to clout chase, it shows I wouldn't be from a channel with standing growth for over a year and one who I share a significant portion of my audience with. There's no clout to chase here. We share a fucking audience. If anything, this video is far more likely to cause a mass loss of subscribers than anything. Although with how your own community reacted under your community post, I'm not too sure that'll happen now.
So I do think that he does make a good point of that, hey, there's a chance that I'll lose subscribers from this whole controversy. But there could be other motivating factors. You could just not like him. And just because your audiences overlap doesn't mean that you're going to have a level of respect for somebody, you know? Just because someone watches like a Keemstar video or an Ethan Klein video and then watches my video, that doesn't mean I like one or the other. That just means that we're loosely related. But I do think that Mischief is going to come out of this looking better, especially given how Griffin was dropping subscribers the way he was.
It's like, I don't know, man. I don't need to hear the perspective of a bunch of brokies who...
So definitely keep that word in mind. It's something that I just wanted to throw in before I went into the next clip.
iLobo Gaming with the 10. Also, do you justify Jensen? Who the fuck is that? Putting DLSS 3 behind a paywall with the 4000 series cards, where 30 series can run. I don't even know what that means, but sure, no, I don't support it. If it can run it on the old cards, that's kind of stupid. But honestly, I know nothing about that.
But he's also buying a 40 series card. You can't not support something and then financially support it, Griffin.
Now, there's a point I just don't get. Like, you can buy something without supporting how people are. That's like saying, oh, you bought a Call of Duty game, oh, you must support Bobby Kotick. Or, oh, you bought an iPhone, so you must support child labor. Like, that's stupid, okay? A lot of times people just buy things and they're not looking into Jensen, who's like the front man for Nvidia apparently, or he might run it. I'm like most people, I don't exactly know who he is. I know the name and I know the face, and I've seen him do like Nvidia presentations, but past that I really don't know. It's just weird to see somebody be like, oh, so you disagree with this person? Okay, so you can't ever buy anything from them ever at all. or you're a bad person. Like, it's just, I don't know. I can't agree with that.
And that's the scary thing is, too, we're not even talking about a lot of money. It's literally fucking $1,500, man. That is not a life-changing sum for any human being on this planet.
Maybe not in this country, but definitely on the planet. There's definitely somebody in some third world country who, if they got $1,500 or whatever their equivalent is in currency, they could probably like buy a car or buy some sort of vehicle or buy like seed for their farm or something that would greatly improve their quality of life. This is a really good example of like Americans just not understanding the world outside of the United States, because like at face value you're like, oh yeah, $1,500, like that's a lot of money technically, but like that's not really gonna do a ton for you. In fact, I looked it up, and the average American considers around $19,000 to be life-changing money. And that's like a big money to some of these poorer countries where the value of a dollar is like 100 times which of the value of like their single currency. So it's very different depending on where you go. So just to make that generalization, just pretty dumb to me. Now, Griffith ended up putting out his own video. I keep saying Griffith, but it's Griffin. And he starts it off with this.
This video ended up being way longer than I thought it was going to be. I just want to say up front, the only people I was talking about in this situation were the people complaining about how I spend my money. If you don't fall into that camp, then this was not about you in any way, shape, or form. I do not care which graphics cards you can or can't afford or which one you buy. Literally every night people post their PC builds in my chat, and I congratulate every single one of them, and these PCs are from all sorts of budgets, from 10 series cards to, I'm assuming, soon to be 40 series cards.
So it's good to see someone come out and be like, okay, so I worded things bad. And there is a big disadvantage to live streaming, is that when you say something, it's just out there. Like, you don't get a chance to edit your content, or if you don't want something in there, you can just say, oh, okay, I'm not gonna have that in the final product. I'm gonna cut it out. Bing, bang, boom. It is what it is. With live content, it's just out there. It is cool that people show off their builds on stream. I would like to see that. That sounds pretty cool. But Griffin has something else to say a little bit later on in the video that I found pretty interesting.
Assuming soon to be 40 series cards. I've never once poor shamed someone in my chat, so this whole notion is very ridiculous to me, but I will admit I did word this really poorly, and being in a live setting obviously didn't give me the opportunity to kind of formulate my response and how I actually wanted it to come across. But a bunch of brokies are telling me that I'm ruining the fucking GPU market. Eat a fucking cock. Holy fuck, dude.
Now, just from this clip, I can't tell if he's talking to somebody in his chat or just in general. And he basically implied in the beginning of his response video that he was talking about people in general, not just the people in his chat. But the clip does sound kind of bad. And that's the first thing I thought of when I first heard that. So I just wanted to play those back to back. Just do a little bit of compare and contrast. All in all, I think that this drama was pretty overdone. I think that people just got angry. And when I say people, I mean both Mischief and Griffin got angry out of nowhere for no reason. I get that it's response content, and that's what Mischief does. But for him to treat it like this big thing, like, oh, he's poor shaming people, I don't know. It just doesn't sit right. That's not how I would word it, at least. If I were to sit there and talk about it for myself, I would not say, oh, he's poor shaming people. I would say he's saying his points wrong. He's getting really frustrated. He's getting mad at broke people. He's kind of flexing on people a little bit, whether intentionally or not. That's how it's coming off. Not that, oh, well, he's making fun of people for being poor. But that does end off pretty much everything I had to say about this video. Thank you all for watching. This drama was pretty interesting to look into. Goodbye.